Welcome to Finbo's Signal Factory. This is the losses and lesson video, a weekly breakdown where we don't just celebrate setups that worked, but we study the ones that didn't. This is where we review invalidations, change in the market structure, and currency pairs that proved us wrong, so we can sharpen our edge for the next week. So traders, the first invalidation that we did experience this week was with the euro and the dollar. Last week, as you remember, we did come up. We had a buy from these levels, expecting 1:3, but we did not make that 1:3. Rather, we did have a break even, so it does not count as an invalidation. We did have a 1:2 a break even right here, and then after that, a bullish structure, change of structure, of course, to the upside. And if you were paying close attention to what we were saying during the week or on our daily video analysis, you would understand that after this bounce, we did take out a buy from this area with a stop loss set around here, and then right before this Thursday on our structure to the upside with the CPI, we did have a little bit of an invalidation from this point and a re-entry, of course, with the CPI. And right now we are still stuck in here, still hoping to see the structure continue to take our 1:3 to the upside. Rather, this is not a 1:3 setup. This is 1:8.4, 8.48. This is the setup that would be having. So with that being said, this is what we were expecting for. So what is the lesson into this? Why did we lose here instead of just waiting for this? This also is purely, there are those losses that you take purely because you are following your strategy, and using our strategy, this did not allow us to miss this, as we saw that after this bounce on the first demand zone that we've been mentioning throughout the week, we saw that this was a fantastic place to look for buying opportunities, of course. And after this, we had as a follow through of sales, but the pattern of the bullish pattern just came out, and we entry with the stop loss above here. We almost got out, but a bullish momentum confirming this also gave us confidence going into the market, but it was not enough for us to break even, and the consolidation came down, and the stop out, after the stop out, this was the re-entry to the upside. And this is what I still expect. This is what I'm biased to the upside to finish this trade right here. We already have a break even, of course. This is a good setup to the upside. So going into next week, we will be discussing this on the weekly Forex forecast, how the structure changes and what to expect going into next week. So this is it for the euro and the dollar. This is the lessons that we saw. This is the loss that we encountered on the euro and the dollar. So without wasting further time, let's go and check other currency pairs. And traders, this is exactly what I mean when we are talking about the losses and lessons on the euro and the pound. This was a very difficult week for us. Of course, it then led to the break of structure. This is the first signal that we did take. Of course, break even came down, invalidated that. We were obviously eager and hyper to go to the upside, but what did happen was looking for shorts to the downside, and we did get invalidated here as we were looking for buys, and the market gave us shorts. We did get invalidated here. We got invalidated trying to go to the upside, and I remember on Thursday we did get invalidated how many times? 3 times. And on Thursday we did want to see this, and if you are following the videos, remember to go and check the videos to see what I'm saying here versus what is happening in the market, or this is what I'm analyzing on the weekly and losses, so that you can make a clear picture of what I'm saying. So on Thursday I did mention that this was the last setup that I'd be taking to the upside, of course, and we got invalidated right before the CPI, and there was no interest for me to keep on going, as this clearly proved up before the CPI that this reached our weekly break of structure, of course, which to us is an indicator that we are no longer in a suitable position to look for buying opportunities. Rather, it is better if we look for selling opportunities. And on Friday, I did mention this level right here as 0.8660 as the great place to look for selling opportunities to the downside. And after the retest of that, the short came in. But we will discuss what to look for in the weekly forex forecast. This is just to cover the wins and not the wins rather, but the losses of the week. The wins already we do cover them during the week, and we do not repeat the wins. The wins are just boring to us. What we need to pay attention is our psychology throughout when we lose, and how we react to those, and what we can learn from our losses, of course. That's the most important part in our trading strategy. So the wins, of course, we win because we follow the strategy. We don't win because we are right, because we are right all the time. So if the strategy works, that's fine. We don't even have to entertain it because we are still going to follow the rules no matter what. So if we lose or suffer losses, rather, we would also be looking for different setups, of course, like this one, the change of structure. Like in this one is a change of structure, of course, because we have reached our weekly break of structure. But with the euro and the dollar, it was a loss, but it was still not the change of structure. It was loss based on a second retest, which was deeper than the first one that was intended. That's why we still remained bullish, regardless of what happened on the previous day. So, and we were able to catch some pips afterwards, and we are still biased to the upside with the euro and the dollar. So that is it from us. Let's just see what next week has in store for us with the weekly forex forecast that we do cover here of the free YouTube watch list. And if you want to register with us, it's very simple. We leave the link below this video description, of course, and then there's a video on there's a link on how to register. Of course, registering, after registering your account, if you still have, remember, you will register with XNS to join, but if you do have an account already with XNS or with a different broker, you need to use a different email to register with us under our specific exclusive code or registration link. After the registration, of course, you verify the account, your details, you fund the minimum of $100, but some traders are funding more than $100. And after funding a minimum of $100, fantastic setups will be given to you of all currency pairs, not just the six YouTube watch list that we discussed here, but all, rather, like including gold, silver, and Bitcoin. All the signals will be given, and you will also be having a trading course that is mandatory that you take with us, of course, and a couple of strategies that is tested by me and other trading professionals. And not only that, the analysis will not only include the London session like in the free YouTube watch list, but it does also include the London session and the New York session analysis and signals. So without wasting further time, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for learning with us. Happy weekend for all of you guys.